The Forlorn muskeg has greeted us with what was a beautiful clear sky and just the most delightfully freezing cold, don't interrupt me, Jennifer, freezing cold bath, and some more gunpowder. What more could you want in life? Hello, Legion, this is Hadrian. Thank you for being here. Let's play some more of the Long Dark in our Against All Odds series. So, as I kick off this episode, I am going to, well, first of all, I've got to make sure that I deal with my thirst and food issues. We found a bunch of, I was about to say gunpowder. We found more gunpowder, but we found a bunch of dog food in the previous episode, and it's in pretty good condition. But I need to break down the rest of the stuff that's in here, because these crates in Forlorn muskeg, unlike some of the crates in the original zones of the game, can actually be quite full of nice things. So it's not quite as nice as the cargo containers on top of Timberwolf Mountain, but I still think I would like to take a look around and see what's in here. But before I do that, as I mentioned, let's go ahead and see what I can do to deal with my hunger issues. Now, the thing about dog food is that dog food's heavy. It's also wet. As you can see, it's wet dog food. Not dry dog food, wet dog food. So it's disgusting, but it's hydrating. Yay. So, there's that. And also, do I have... Are these cured? Yeah, these are cured. These are cured. I've got a workbench right here, so there are some things I could presumably do. I don't think I want to make any snares right now, but let's just take a look. I could make fishing tackle with some of the stuff I have already, and I could make fishing line at the workbench, I believe. If I had rabbit skin, I could go ahead and make some mitts. And that's one item that will improve over my existing stuff. Now, I need to hang out by this fire a little while longer because my clothing's still wet. We can't do anything about my intestinal parasites until tomorrow. That's fine. I will just deal with that. But let's see. I suppose I can just break down some more containers. Is my food situation good? Yeah, it's fine. So once I've finished looting this place up, I will probably take a moment to find things that I can just leave behind here. When I leave Mystery Lake, after we go back through from having checked this area, done some moose hunting, having checked Broken Railroad, when I leave Mystery Lake, I will probably stop at the camp office and do the same thing. Do a little bit of inventory management and think in terms of, okay, what am I going to leave behind? And that's just a means to, well, deal with the comment section. if I'm being real about it, it's just a way to shut everyone up that's talking about all the stuff I'm lugging around. But I will be dealing with that when I get back to Mystery Lake. So for now, and I'll do a little bit of it here, but we'll definitely do a long round of it when I get back there. So let's break this down. I do still need to sharpen that hatchet too. I've got another one on me, which is nice, but okay, so there was nothing in that one. Yep. All right. Yeah, I'm kind of nervous about using the higher condition one, so let's use the lower condition one instead. All right, nothing more in these containers up here. There could be more up top, though. All right, so this crate can be broken down relatively quickly. I'll use the smaller hatchet. Definitely need to sharpen some stuff. Now, I think what I'm going to do is just throw this wood on the fire. Why not? Get some cedar, reclaimed. Yeah, just pile that on there. All that. So we stay nice and warm in here overnight. We've got this storm lantern, which we can break down for the fuel. And yes, for those of you who weren't sure about it, you do definitely get the lantern fuel when you break down the storm lantern. Hello, Wolfie. How's it going? How's my clothing condition? I haven't checked that in a while. I guess the better way to check it would be to go to this tab. That's not terrible. I could probably break down the simple parka and this other bedroll while I'm here and use that to just get my condition back up to 100% while I'm here in the forge and I have this nice hot fire going for a while. Plus, since we have a hot fire, that gives us some light to read by, etc., etc. Now, we have this crate over here as well. But I guess what I want to go ahead and do is start sharpening that hatchet. One thing at a time. Let's see. Or we could just drop the lesser condition of the two hatchets and keep the higher one. But Let's see. I do want to go ahead and harvest you. You're going to take an hour. Am I okay on food? Ish. Let's go ahead and harvest you up.
Oh, I've never been so hungry in my life.
I know. What could we eat? Now, the low-condition sodas are not problematic, thank God. We've had enough issues with food in the past few episodes. And I like to get rid of those, just given that they're half a pound each. We still have a 66% energy bar, which is quite nice. One of the things we dragged with us from Mystery Lake. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get rid of this bedroll. If I harvested it, it's going to take an hour and 30 minutes. Good God, is that necessary? I don't think it's necessary at all. Pretty tired. Got a good long time on this fire. I think this counts as an outdoor fire, which is pretty nice. I'm really glad of that. Let's go ahead and harvest you. It's going to be nice to get some rest, I can tell you that right now. Yeah, not time for our new dosage yet. I don't know if we have to wait till sunrise again, or if we have to wait until like noon, but I'm going to wait until the sun's in the middle. The sun dial is in the middle of the screen in order to maximize the extent to which we are. I don't know what I'm saying. Just in order to deal with that particular malady. I hate intestinal parasites. It's just this massive distraction in an already distracted brain. At least we've got clear skies out there. So tomorrow, one thing that's kind of nice about the current situation is that I could go wolf hunting right now and not feel bad about it. I could kill some of the nearby wolves while it's this clear. Unless an aurora started right in the middle of the hunt, which would be hilarious and also frustrating. Let's go ahead and do some repairing, shall we? It'll take 27 minutes. Let me double check to make sure that fire is indeed lasting a nice long time. Yeah, this is definitely counting as an outdoor fire because it's lasting longer given the amount of time we're passing. So let's just go in order. And we're going to repair our clothing items up using... Just kidding, we're going to fail at repairing things. The Snowpant 12% repair should be a little bit better for us. And two 11% repairs on these should also be good. These only take, really, 40 minutes? That's insane. Good God. All right, see, part of me wants to go ahead and sleep now. As much as I want to, let's keep repairing a few more items. But I don't want to let, see, it's already like the middle of the night, and I don't want to throw off our circadian rhythm, so to speak. So tell you what, let's go ahead and drink some orange soda. And I'll eat some more dog food as well. Smells bad, but eating it is better than starving, probably. Best item description. Certainly one of the best. Okay, now we're in much better shape. And I do have some extra cans on me, good lord. Not necessary. Alright, so let's sleep for... See, I'm nervous about how long I sleep too, given the sunrise question. So I'm going to sleep for just 6 hours, because if my intestinal parasites kick in at full strength because I haven't taken my daily dosage, right, 33 days, 8 hours, 17 minutes. At least, look, we recovered condition. That's surprising. I wasn't necessarily expecting that. Now, here's the question. The sun's rising. It's technically a new day. Can I take my dosage now? We're going to experiment with this. I've only gotten intestinal parasites... I think I've only ever gotten intestinal parasites while recording for Against All Odds. Seriously. Like, I don't think I've ever gotten it in offline play. So, I don't know. We'll have to play around a little bit. Look at all these energy drinks. Okay. Where's my... Oh, did I drink the reishi tea already? I guess I drank the reishi tea already. Or maybe I don't have a reishi tea. Okay, let's make one then. Thought I had one. Did I drink it? I could have sworn I cooked one just a moment ago. I'm so confused now. All right, let's go ahead and drink that. All right, 8 of 10 doses. So that answers the question. Our daily dose can be taken at sunrise. Or it might just be based on literally once we enter a new day. So like once we pass midnight. But I'm going to treat it as sunrise. I'm happy with that. That's a little bit easier to keep track of. So let's pick that up. We still have 4 hours, 27 minutes on this fire. The sun is rising. I'm just thrilled that we are almost full condition. I wasn't expecting to recover condition while we have the intestinal parasite, so that'll make things a little bit easier to manage. I am going to go ahead and drop my metal. I just don't need it. Yep, drop all. We also have that wood, which I'm going to toss on the fire. We've got plenty of coal, too, so let's go ahead and add a few more things. Still have some books to read. I might just hunker down for a moment here. Oh, cool. That's some more coal there. I'm going to toss that right on the fire, probably. Just checking for potential hammers. There's some wood. I'll look around a bit more thoroughly later, but I don't trust the wolves not to be nearby. Yeah, we don't have a hammer, so we can't actually use the forge, which is sad, but it is what it is. All right, so with that being done, let's get back to our clothing repair, shall we? We've got a little bit more time to pass, so repair.
Looks like a new day is dawning.
Really? My clothing or my sewing skill is not that bad. Or Jesus is continuing to troll me. It's okay. I guess I need to read that sewing book, don't I? Alright, so we're about to lose a sewing kit, but that's part of the method to the madness. Let's go ahead and open a drawer. Put you away. Alright, well that's enough repair for one go. How am I doing on water? Not too great. Plop down the cooking pot. Get some water going. We're going to drink the remainder of the water that I have. Actually, I'm going to drink some coffee. Because calories, because hydration, and because extra energy. I'm going to do it twice. Okay, so now we're very close to being under our encumbrance limit. Let's shift to weight and see what we can drop. We can probably just read for a bit and then drop the books. That would be a good way to spend some time. Why don't I go ahead and eat a few more... Get our calories a little bit higher. Once I'm under my encumbrance limit, we're going to go on a moose hunt. It was just necessary with everything we found, especially managing the intestinal parasites condition. I think it's worthwhile just to pause and make sure that I've got myself together. All those emergency stems. Glad I have them, though, for the time being. Okay, time to read. Now, please tell me I can read. I don't remember. The reason I'm going to attempt this is that someone in the comment section said I should be able to read with this affliction. Nope, I can't. I can't. I got excited. I took that person at their word. Or at least, it's not they said you can. I think the person said, I think you can. And I was like, maybe they're right. So, turns out, not so much. So, 31 minutes until this is melted. I guess what we'll do is just keep repairing. That's the only thing I can do. It's a shame, because we can't do anything with those skill books until the intestinal parasites have passed. It just really frustrates me. At least we're gaining sewing skill from this. You know? There is that. Alright, let's go ahead and drink this water and take the remainder.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
I'm sad that I don't have any earmuffs yet. I know I've said that, but I really wish I did. Okay, so that's a lot better. All these items were below 90% condition. So that's pretty good. That extra water did add to our encumbrance a little bit. I could always put the flashlight down. I don't need it. I really don't. Except in the instances of Aurora. And it's just fun. It's fun to have it if an Aurora does happen. But so far, they've been pretty rare. Let's repair you too. Okay, now I'm happy. Got some teas on me. Got the gunpowder. God, that's hilarious. Alright, so let's take a moment, as I said, and I'm going to stand over here, and just what can I afford to get rid of and never come back for? What are the things that I'm lugging around that just aren't necessary? I've got some rifle shell casings, and I do have one that I have to go back and get in Mystery Lake, because that particular habit is taking me a minute. I haven't played a ton of The Long Dark away from YouTube. If you listen to my channel update, you would know this. But in case you haven't listened to the channel update and you assume that I'm just playing games all the time, I'm not. I wish. But I haven't had a lot of time to practice picking up my shell casings, obviously. Because I've been playing The Long Dark without that mechanic for hundreds of hours. And so it's taken me a minute. Habits don't encode as easily when I am recording. Just a fact of life, at least for me. So we have to go back and get that one. I wish I could read. I really do. That would be... that's a fun sentence to be taken out of context. So, weather's not great. And we've got these cured guts. There's really nothing on me right now that I want to... I mean, the flashlight is the only item that I'm considering dropping. But especially in this zone, if we do hit an Aurora, it's like, And plus, once we have the Moosehide Satchel, we can afford to carry the flashlight. So it's like, no, I want to have that on me if I can. The energy drinks, there we go. That's something that I can probably afford to get rid of. Are they on the... They're on the medical tab. Let's drop 2 of these, because I've used these so little. And I have 20 antibiotics. I didn't realize that. So I actually have a ton of these now. I must have picked them up from a container in the last couple of episodes and not really processed that I picked them up, because that's a good thing. So, moose hunting. We're not quite below encumbrance. Mainly due to firearms, water, etc. Let's drink this. But I'm going to go out before we finish here and start looking for our moose. We're currently standing in the wind and not even losing warmth. And that's because we repaired our stuff. So I'm happy I took some time to do that at the beginning of this episode. I know it's been kind of a stationary episode for the most part, but we're going to go out and have a look around. Now, I'm only vaguely familiar with where the moose spawns. So I'm starting by going to the high ground, and we're going to hang a left up here. And just start looking for scratch marks. That fire should still be going when I get back. If not, we can just start another one. Do I have any tinder on me? That's one thing. No, I don't. In terms of playing the Long Dark offline, I really would like to. My first priority is to get the channel set up with a good backlog, and then there's some other kind of administrative things that I want to do once I've got content pre-recorded. So it's like just playing games casually on days where I'm not recording because there's enough of a backlog is something that's on my list. But now that the channel's offline, it's going to be a second before I can get to that, if that makes any sense. I have a list of things that I want to do. And as I've said a couple of times, I have a very specific method now for how I approach recording, depending on the circumstances of the schedule. Like, for instance, this episode you guys are watching today is a little bit late, and that's intentional because I am recording this. If I were to stop recording after it's the same day recording, and I really try not to do that. That's one of my rules that I try not to break. But what I want to do is, if I were to stop this recording immediately and upload it, it might be on time. But I'd rather record a few extra so that I'm not same day recording tomorrow. And that's the plan. We are still, I mean, look at this. I need to drink a little bit of coffee. Thank God I've got those. I should have just drank coffees instead of drinking some of my water. The coffee is just going to give me some energy boosts. Yeah, see? That is why I've started cooking those. But yeah, that's just a little bit of meta commentary on my current process for the channel. Every now and then if an episode's late, it's generally because... How do I explain this? So, some of the things that can be stressful about keeping the schedule up are having a late episode or having a same day recording. And ultimately, I think same day recording, still looking for moose marks. I don't see any yet. Having a same day recording to me is slightly more stressful. That's the thing I want to avoid most. So I'm willing to have a late episode if it means that I'm recording a little bit extra to avoid that in the future. So that's the science that I'm kind of following right now. And once I've used that to build up enough of a backlog, then there are other things that I want to do. Channel-wise. And then once I've done those things, then I can think more seriously about, let's recreationally play some of the games that I play on the channel. To gain skill a little bit. Let me poke my head into this cave. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. You know what this is? If I'm not mistaken... Hang on, what does this say? Oh no, it's not a transition cave. I thought this was a transition cave. Let me get my lantern out and make sure. Nope, not a transition cave, just a cave. The weather's actually settled down a little bit. It feels like 51 degrees right now. 47. Okay, we're stepping out of the cave. That was mainly just the cave's warmth bonus. Lots of sticks on the ground. I'm going to ignore them. It's actually interesting. I haven't been in this specific area of Forlorn muskeg too much. When I've looked around, both offline play and in YouTube, I've tended to go back in those corners. So if we're looking back towards the forge right now, I've tended to go over there and over there on the other side of the tracks. Haven't spent a lot of time up here. That's a branch. I saw the way that branch was like curved over the top of the slope and I was like, is that the back of a wolf? Those howls sound like they're coming from in front of me, so we could have some different type of hunting going on here. Let me grab these just in case while I'm looking at them. Signal tower. Interesting. Yeah, you can tell I haven't been back here much because I'm not used to seeing that. There's some more reishi mushrooms. I don't need that many. Another cave. And a deer. Okay. See, with all the wood around here, I could totally start a fire. Now this looks like it. No, it's not a transition. Yes, it is. This, I think, leads to Bleak Inlet, if I'm not mistaken. We're not going there yet. I want my moose hide satchel before we go to Bleak Inlet. That's the plan. So that's not a cave I can hang out in, unfortunately. Words. Oh, hey, wolf. Hey, buddy. How's it going? That would be a bad time to get a sprain. You see him? He's literally right on the other side of that ridge. I see... Speaking of just being able to see the back of a creature, wow, that's exactly what I was talking about a moment ago. Now I'm seeing it. All right, so he's going that way. If he pops his head back up over... Oh, there you are. If you turn around, I'm going to take a shot at you, but right now I'm not going to worry about it. Yeah, so I was right. The wolf howl was coming from in front of me. Stand up and walk a little bit here. I don't see any scratchings. There doesn't... As far as I know, you don't have to have scratchings for there to be a moose. You don't. It's just that's a surefire indicator that the game will spawn one. So it's like, if you spot those, that's like your cue that you're on the right track and that you need to stick around the area and see if you spot one. Looks like there's more back that way. That's a limb. Yeah, don't see any moose. Okay. So we're about 28 minutes into this episode. I've looked through most of this area back here. Oh, hang on. Hold that thought. I knew there was more than one wolf. Come on, buddy. Okay, well, on that note, we're going to stop this one here. Pick up my damn casing. So there's not a riot in the comments. And then the next one, we're going to keep going that way, I think, if we can. See if we can spot a moose in this area. If not, we're just going to go back to our fire and continue to nurse our infection and then continue towards Bleak Inlet. We might spend a little bit more time in Forlorn muskeg seeing where we could find a moose. Like I said, we could explore the other areas of the zone before I go on to Broken Railroad. But the thing is, we have to come back through Forlorn muskeg, so part of me wants to keep going to Broken Railroad, if that makes sense, and explore that area, and then come back and do more exploration of Forlorn muskeg. One thing I could do is I could explore one side of the tracks while I'm here. I'm already on one side of the track, so I could explore this side of the zone during this visit, and then when I come back through, I'll explore the other side, including any moose hunting that we do. But for now, we're going to keep looking up there and see what we can find. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this one, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to follow along. New episodes are coming out every day at 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time, except for this one. Comments are always welcome. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.